Hey there, Gabriel Murillo here, and in this quick video, I just want to go over the business scorecard for evaluating a marketing agency. So as you see right here, we have the core categories, then we have the metric that we're going to be looking at, a simple brief explanation, and then a score 1 to 5. Then, of course, explaining how it works, how you use the rating, and at the end here, I have defined if it's a great fit, high risk, and not a good fit. Now, I put together this scorecard because evaluating an agency, it is critical, and the more objective that we can be at looking at different factors, the more successful that we're going to be, and the less emotional or the less subjective that the process of deal making is going to be. So with this template, my invitation is that you take it, you tweak it, and you adjust it to what is important to you. This is just a baseline. I have used other resources and templates that I found online and from different sources, other private equity groups that use similar models, and I simplify it and I decided to make it specific for an agency. So as you see right here, when I'm evaluating a marketing agency, there are different type of marketing agencies, and in here you'll see the core four is a general digital marketing agency. They're overall looking at helping small businesses, corporate businesses, depending on the niche. It's more on driving traffic with search engine optimization, pay per click, content production, creation, or everything between. Then we have advertising firms, which is more traditional media, and that you can think about radio, you can think about print, and that's more holistic. You'll see companies been around for 15, 20 years. Then you have PR companies, self-explanatory. Then branding firms are more like design-based, studio. And then here it's more about a full service agency, what that includes all of the above. And that those tend to be more flat fees, retainers. So once you identify the type of agency that you want to go after, and you find deals either off market or through brokers, you want to use this rubric and try to define what is it that is really important to you. Again, these are more general for businesses. They are adjusted for an agency, but as you see right here, for example, we got years in operation. Typically, we want to see at least 3 years. If the company's been around for less than that, it is high risk, and that's why we're giving it some ratings based on these values right here, right? Then with financial performance, we put if it's more than 20% net, EBITDA in there, then that would be a good fit. If it's less than 5%, that's not a good fit, and on and on. One suggestion to consider here is when it comes to growth potential, it is very important not to try to predict the future and try to say, hey, we can do all this, 20 other services, we can launch these different channels. You really want to focus on the company itself and what they currently do versus trying to say, all right, we can do these new things for these new clients. Because when you're acquiring a company and you're buying that business with the established book of businesses, you really want to stay focused on that. Yes, there's opportunity, but this is more related to opportunities with the current channels that the client, that the business has, the business owner, the client, source. Where are they getting the client? Is there an opportunity that they're doing it just in the south and it can be completely replicated in, in the east or outside of the United States in other countries? Those are more specific things that you say, all right, I have a specific channel that is predictable, especially if it's paid ads, you can replicate it. So keep that in mind when it comes to growth potential. Operation efficiency, this is another, there's just a huge one for smaller agencies. There's not going to be a really well-structured leadership team, especially if you're looking between $1 to $5 million in revenue. If you go above 5 to 10, then of course there's going to be a different structure. But for smaller agencies, $1 to $5 million in revenue, you're going to have a very very clear set of key employees and roles. And the sooner that you can get to understand what are the critical roles, customer success, who managed the client, who's doing the admin work, who's taking care of the invoices, who's making the sales calls. So look at those different things and help evaluate where's that business at. Then, of course, this is more advanced for even due diligence, but you can ask some of these questions before getting into due diligence. Client concentration, again, you can ask some of these questions. If depending on the type of agency, you will have retainers, and you'll want to understand how long those businesses have been working with the agency, and most importantly, like how many clients. Is there a handful of big clients that take over 10% of the business? And again, that's where you start defining these criteria, and you want to be very specific about that before proceeding. Lastly, brand and reputation, seeing any awards, certification, testimonials. This is huge. Any platforms where they're getting new clients. And then transferability, that's more straightforward. And this last section is more for after due diligence, where you can still, depending if, again, some brokers are very, very good at providing this information. So you'll be good by just quickly rating that based on your initial input. So lastly, to wrap up, this is typically pre-due diligence. You'll want to do this before to decide, do I pursue this company or not? Is this worth my time? So this has helped me save a ton of time and energy. When I did not have the scorecard, I used to spend a lot of time, and especially the emotional component. I got so excited, like this is the company, but now I can quickly just move on and say no. And there's a very objective thing, and it feels good. So if you find this helpful, please let me know. I'm always looking to make this better. I share this with many, many people. I'm happy to do a one-on-one as well. Want to really provide value to the community. So check out investandscale.com, and or just leave me a comment right here in YouTube, and I'll be happy to contact you and walk you through this process and in your search process and you looking for a business. So excited to hear more from you. Shoot me a message, and good luck with the search.